Do you ever feel outnumbered and overpowered by life, by the enemy, by circumstances, by health, by temptation, by sin? Well, I've been preaching through Revelation, and when you get to some of these passages like Revelation 17, which I preached last Sunday, it can seem like we're losing. It can seem like we're being overcome by Satan, the Antichrist, the false prophet. In Revelation 17, which is toward the end of the Great Tribulation, there is the emergence of a one world religion. I call it religious Babylon, Revelation 17, commercial Babylon, Revelation 18, which I'll be preaching this Sunday. But in Revelation 17, you've got this one world religion, you've got the false prophet riding on top of the Antichrist, and it's this one world government, and they seem to be having dominance over the world, incredible influence, incredible power, even to the point of persecuting and martyring Christians. So it looks like we're losing. It looks like we're way behind in the fourth quarter. And then you have one verse, changes everything. One verse. And it's this. In verse 14, it says they're going to make war against the Lamb. All right, overplayed their hand there. But the Lamb will overcome them because he's Lord of Lords and he's King of Kings. And it just hit me so much in this chapter that you've got all these verses about the one world religion, the Antichrist, the false prophet, this beast, this dragon, this woman who is full of adultery. And then you make war against the Lamb overcomes them because he's King of Kings and Lord of Lords. One verse with Jesus at the top is enough. Actually, one phrase from Jesus defeats everyone. One word from Jesus does it all. Remember in Matthew 8, verse 8, when the soldier said, Jesus, if you just say one word, my servant will be healed. Wow, one word. Jesus needs to only speak one word, one breath of his mouth, one sway of his hand, one decision of his will. It's all over. And so it just again reminds us of the absolute superiority of Jesus Christ. Philippians 2, he has the name that's above every name. That at the name of Jesus, one name, every knee will bow, every tongue confess that he is Lord. And so Jesus wins. We have the final chapter. We have the final story. We have the end of the story in Revelation to give us hope and encouragement and to make sure that we're on God's team. And so this one verse has just showed me two things. It reminds me of the utter superiority of Jesus. He's more superior. He's more powerful than any sin, temptation, Satan, death, of struggle, depression, addiction, relational challenge, financial struggle, anything in our lives that we struggle with that seems so big, it's so insurmountable. Well, put it up against Jesus, it's not. Because Jesus is superior to everything and everyone. And if we put our trust in him, he can give us hope and victory and healing and whatever we need. So whatever you're facing today, any temptation, any sin, any addiction, any struggle, any emotional challenge, put it up against Jesus. And Jesus is superior. His name is above every name, and there's nothing that's impossible with him. So first of all, his utter superiority. Second of all, how quickly things can be over. The fact that in the midst of this chapter, you have this quick, they make war against the Lamb, he wins, it's over, game buzzer sounds, fat lady sings, it's done. And in a moment, when God decides to act, it's over. And so it reminds me of how we should live with a sense of absolute, just realizing that every day is a gift from God, the urgency of the day, the urgency of the moment. We don't put off what we need to do. If you've not been saved, you've been putting that off. You cannot live presuming as if you're going to have another day and another chance, because it could all be done today if God decides it's done today, this hour, this moment. And so living with that urgency, living with that sense of not putting off what we know we need to do, because we live in trying times and urgent times. And it's important, again, that we not put off what we need to do. Decide today to receive Christ. Decide today to yield that area of your life to him. Decide today to get that counseling. Decide today to ask somebody to pray for you. That don't put off what you know God would have you do. So I hope this is encouraging to you. They made war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will overcome because he's Lord of Lords, King of Kings. Jesus is